What's good, people? So, what is Gangster? I always post up stuff on my community page, and I post up a lot of stuff that I do at work when I'm out having fun. And I always put Gangster is going to work, Gangster is doing stuff with the family. And there's always those few that, come on, Gil, that ain't Gangster. You ain't active. All kind of just negative comments because maybe they ain't gangsters, homie. But you know what? Let me show you what I mean, okay? First off, I'm a guy that comes from a generation that most just did not. That's Gilly right there to my left. This was 1989, maybe 1990. I was a young kid back then of 14 years old. And all this time, I was fooled just like a lot of you young guys now, even some of you old guys, right? I believed that Gangster was putting in work for the hood. Gangster was saying F my family. Gangster was doing everything I could to try to make a name for myself as a gangbanger. That was me in, like I said, 89 or 90, right? Well, fast forward, 30 something years. I'm still right there, player. I'm in the blue. Gilly's still there. It's been 30 some years. And out of those guys that were in the other picture, maybe 3 or 4 are in here. Some have come out of doing life sentences. Some come out of doing 10, 20 years. And most of those guys have disappeared out of the neighborhood, out of life, just because of the cycle of what happens. A few of them are dead. A few of them in prison doing life. And why I bring this up is because I've been around this thing for well over 30 years, homie. So when you hear somebody say, that ain't gangster, homie, this is gangster, ask yourself and look at them and see how long they've been doing that quote unquote gangster life. Because I got 30 years of experience and I'm going to tell you what's gangster and what's not. You could believe them or you could believe me. It's up to you, player. So, they're going to want you to believe that shit like this is gangster, homie. Put a needle in your arm to shoot some carga up or some meth up or some whatever you want to do, because nowadays they shoot up just about anything. Is that gangster to you? Is that really gangster? Because that's what they're trying to make me believe. They're trying to make me believe that what I talk about going to work and taking care of business, that ain't gangster. They're telling me that's gangster, homie. And I don't believe it, carnal. Here you go. Smoking on this pipe, is that gangster? Being all tweaked out on meth every day, all paranoid, panicked, thinking the homies are going to get you, thinking the hood's going to get you, fools rolling it up in prison because they're all tweaked out, thinking everybody's going to get them. It's all right here, brother. You don't sleep for a few days, guess what? You're going to get tweaked out, twacked out, and think everybody and their mama's out to get you, man. I've been there, man. Again, I speak from experience. I'm not some square guy who just has moved away from the neighborhood for the last 20 years and just lives a normal life, which I do live a normal life to a point, brother. But I still see this. I'm like the watcher on that song from Dr. Dre. I see it every day, brother. But again, they're trying to tell me, hey, Gil, that's gangster. I don't think that's gangster, homie. Then they try to tell me, well, you just don't know, Gil, because you ain't about that life, homie. Is this the life you want me to be about? Being stuck in this 8x12 concrete tomb for the rest of my life? Having another man tell me when I can use the restroom? When I can go to visit? If I can go to visit? If I can use the phone? Or when I can use the phone? When I eat dinner? When I go to sleep? When I shut the fuck up? Is that gangster to you? That's not gangster to me, homie. What do you think that view out that window is? Do you think they have a nice, beautiful view of a garden? No, man. Just more dirt, because they usually put those places in deserts because it's cheaper property and they want them away from people, man. That's not gangster, homie. That's living a life that people just can't shake. Most people that are sitting in those prison cells wish they had an opportunity to be out here with us. Wish they had an opportunity to be out there with their children, enjoying life. That view out that window will not compare to this view out this window, homie. This past weekend, I was out in Vegas, right? This is my view, carnal. That's my view right there. I put a picture out of that, and people said, Gil, que estás presumiendo, que you're showing. Nah, brother. It's quite the opposite, man. What I'm showing you is if you work hard you take care of business, you're going to live like a gangster. Because real gangsters are out there having a good time, enjoying your life, taking care of business, brother. All that shit you hear in the rap songs about this and that, all those guys, first off, they ain't living about that life, because they were living that life, they'd be in jail, they'd be in prison. Because it's all about doing runs. When you're out here in the streets and you're real active as fuck, it's about runs. You come out here for a while, you get busted again. You're probably more busted than you are out here. That's street gangster. Yeah, I'll give them that much. So most of the people that talk crap about, oh, they about, homie, if you're really about that, you ain't on YouTube talking shit, carnal. You out there getting it. But really, what gangster to me is, plain and simple, is financial independence. When you are financially independent, then talk to me and say, yeah, you gangster, homie. What does that mean? That means you ain't living at your mama's house. Your mama's paying the rent. That means you ain't driving your girl's car. You got your own ride. You pay your own rent. You pay your own bills. You have your own family and you're taking care of business. That's gangster, homie. And why people don't like when I say that? Because that's hard to do. Because in reality, that is hard to do. Be on the streets not giving a fuck. That's not hard, man. That's easy. That takes no discipline. That takes you saying, I don't give a fuck. When I say financial independent, it's like this YouTube channel I have. I can cuss all day long. I give two fucks. You know why? Because they demonetize me? I don't give a shit. I make money where I work because I've been doing this for over 20 years. That's gangster, homie. Gangster is doing what you want, when you want, within a limit, brother. The only people that I have to answer to is my wife and my family. And that's not hard. I don't have to answer to a whole gang of guys. I don't have to answer to the whole hood. Because why? There's always going to be somebody telling you what to do. And if you think that cell life, that heroin life is gangster, well, you get your money, playboy. But I've been through it. It's been 30 years. I'm still here watching, homie. And I'm telling you from a man of experience, that ain't gangster, youngster. Gangster is putting in work for you and your family. This is a short video. Gangster was playing what I believe is gangster. You guys leave me a comment. Tell me what you think is gangster. Tell me if shooting up dope is gangster. Tell me if sitting behind a cell is gangster. And this ain't talking down about the life. This is trying to keep you and your kids out of this life, brother. With all that, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.